Hey, what's up, guys? This is Carson, and welcome to episode 3 of the No Son of Mine Breaking Down series. As you can tell, this is going to be a different episode. Instead of sitting in the studio talking about the music, I thought I'd actually sit here and play the game a little bit because, it's the Ambience episode. I'm going to be talking about the ambience that I did and everything, and I think it makes a lot more sense to actually sit here and play a little bit of it so you guys can see it in context. So let's get into that. Okay, so I'm coming out of this little hub area that you start out in. I'm gonna press the save point. But yeah, there's a little hub area they start out in, and then you head to the school first. That's the first environmental ambiance area. And as you can see, there's the boy there. He's just standing there menacingly. And that's the school. And so you come out of the hub area. The track starts playing right in around this hallway area. And it grows louder the closer you get to the school. He just shut the doors on me. That's wonderful. But as you can see, this is the Coral Elementary. This is the school. I named the song "The School" for the actual track name and the soundtrack. Obviously, nothing too special for the name. I'm just calling it what it is. As opposed to some of the other track names, which in my opinion are fairly clever in my eyes. But there's a lot of stuff in this track. If you listen to the background, you'll hear this kind of brassy sound that goes kind of wah a little bit. That is a Spitfire Labs library. I don't remember exactly which one. I want to say the Lighthousey kind of one, the one that's inspired from the Lighthouse movie. I believe that's the one that I used for that. And then there's a lot of other stuff going on. You can hear right now in the track there are some string sounds going on. That is from BBC Symphony Orchestra. It's the bass string sound. But I exported it into an audio file, and then I put it back in the project, and I pitched it down a little bit, I believe. And the more that you export an audio file, the worse the quality. Like each time you do it, the quality just keeps getting worse. At first, it's not noticeable, but as you do it over and over and over again to the same audio clip, it starts getting easier to tell that the quality and stuff is getting worse. And that's what I did with this string sound you hear in the distance. And then there's also a Pendulate, a plugin called Pendulate. That's a drone sound that is layered on top of that, doing some slight ring modulation. And if you sit there and listen to it, you can kind of hear it going wah, wah, wah. Right there, you can kind of hear it. So there's that as well. Pendulate is a very good plugin. I recommend all you guys who are producers to check out Pendulate. It's an incredible plugin. I use it for a lot of my sound design stuff with Sense. So there's that. There we go. Yeah, and then as you can hear, there's also excuse me, in a couple parts there is this kind of breathy vocal sound. You can kind of tell that it's a voice doing stuff. You can kind of not tell, but that's me in the background. Very heavily processed vocal stuff, pitched down quite a bit, and you can kind of tell that it's a human. You can kind of not tell, and that's kind of what I was going for with this track. And then also on top of that, there is the music box sound that I use quite a bit in this soundtrack. I'll go over how I made that sound and everything next episode for the sound design portion of the soundtrack. Look, guys, there he is. I wonder what's gonna happen. But yeah, so there's a music box sound in this track as well. And as far as this track, there's the string sound again. You hear it? But as far as this track goes, that's pretty much it for the actual sounds and instruments in it. As far as this soundtrack, I didn't want it to be incredibly droney. That's something that I don't really enjoy about most horror games, or a lot of the indie horror games anyways that I hear, is the ambience tracks are kind of droney, and that is not something I really enjoy, um, because I feel like it's a very missed opportunity, because it's supposed to definitely be very tension-based music, but at the same time, tension-based shouldn't mean boring, and I feel like a lot of ambience tracks that I hear are mostly just drones, and they're pretty boring. So that's something I try to avoid in my stuff, both with this game and Dark Fracture, which of course is not out yet, so you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's something I frequently try and accomplish with my stuff is the ambience is actually somewhat interesting. So hoping that I did that for you guys and you guys feel the same way, that it is interesting. But that was kind of the goal behind the ambience in this game. So I just progressed through the school area, and I'm on to the neighborhood area, which is the next ambience track in the game. The ambience track starts playing right around now, and it slowly builds throughout your progression through this area. But this next song is called "The Neighborhood Watches." That's the name of it in the soundtrack. I thought it'd be a funny name because those of you who know neighborhoods, I don't know if this is a thing everywhere, but for sure here in America. Um, Hold on, which one do I want? Oh boy. I'll do recharge. But yeah, for those of you who know, there are such things as neighborhood watches, like the neighborhood watch in your neighborhood, for example. So basically, just something to make sure that your neighborhood is safe, and that's a thing in America. Again, I don't know if that's a thing everywhere else, but I thought that naming it the neighborhood watches would be kind of funny, just a funny take on that whole thing. But yeah, as you can hear now, it's slowly coming in. This is one of the first times I would really say that you fully hear the main theme in the game, other than like the main menu track. As described in episode 1, I play the main theme and everything, and this is one of those first times that I really iterate it into the game, because it's past that warm-up point where you're in the school, and you are getting the hang of how to use the cool boy, which is this thing in my hand. You're getting used to the mechanics and everything, so you're more focused on that as opposed to the music, which I mean, fair enough, because you need to learn the mechanics of the game and everything. And so track 2, this one is where I really start trying to do some more cool stuff musically, because you're a little bit more into how the game works and everything, and so I want to keep you interested in the game music wise, because the last track is interesting, but this is just even more so. So that's kind of the point of reintroducing and solidifying kind of the main theme in this song. And as you can hear, a lot of the same kind of instruments and samples and everything from the last track. There are those brass sounds from Spitfire. There are these kind of bassy hits, which is a combination of that bass BBC Symphony Orchestra bass string sound, combined with a Subdivine. Oh boy, I don't know where it is. Come on. But the hits are the bass, and then also the Subdivine 808, which is a free plugin, which is also incredible. It's one of those sounds. So that's what's going on with those hits that you hear. I think that's it for the bass hits. I think it's just those two things layered. There's the music box sound and everything, as usual, as well, playing. And then there's also me doing some more whisper stuff, but this time in this song, it's a lot more prominent than it is in the school. It's in the back half of the song. And then also, as you can hear now, there's some strings some string sounds going on. Same thing, just BBC Symphony Orchestra strings. Nothing too crazy with that. Just some nice string sounds because, I mean, strings are just a very nice instrument to have in scores, as you guys all know, because strings are in everything. Oh no! Hold on. He's gonna get me. No, he's not. What? There he is. Okay, that was scary. But yeah, that's kind of everything going on in this track. My vocal stuff is starting to come in, or it was a little bit because it was the end, and then it loops. Because that's something that we made sure of, as well as, this all looped well, and that's pretty important in these games. Is the looping of the ambience tracks is very important. So this is the third and final ambience area in the game. I'm gonna hit that save point right there. And so this one is called Locked Gates. That's the name of this song. That one makes sense a little bit more in context of whenever you play the game. You'll understand why it's called that. It's not necessarily a spoiler, but I'm not going to tell you why it's called that exactly. You're going to have to play the game to figure that one out. But this is the police station area, as you guys can see. It is like I said, the third and final. Oh boy, hold on. I'm not going to kill him. I don't know where he is. Ooh, yes I am. Ha! But this is the third and final ambience area, as I said. Police station. This was the final song that I did for the soundtrack, as far as like actually sitting and finishing it up. I'm pretty sure this was the final one, if I remember right. But yeah, this song, since it was the final one, and since this one was on a 1 month deadline, this song I enjoy. But I definitely will admit that it is the more... Which one do I want? That one. I'll do that one. This one is definitely the one that I feel like composition-wise I had to rush the most, just because of the deadline and everything. So this one is a little bit more droney, and as I said earlier, I don't like ambient songs that are more droney. So this one is a little bit more droney, sadly, but there was no avoiding it with the time crunch and everything. But however, this one I really enjoy the dun 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 that is in the song, and you can hear what I mean whenever you listen to the song. I really enjoy that, and I really enjoy, oh boy, the sound design that I did for that as well. That is the music box. There he is. Oh, nope! I just wasted resources for that. But yeah, so that is actually just the music box, but pitched way down. That's that sound. And then other than that, it's the string sound is still there. That ring modulation for that pendulate synth is there as well. Just kind of reusing some of the same kind of drone sounds that I have used before, but using them in different ways, different arranging, so it doesn't sound the exact same. There is this kind of staticky going on in the background. If you listen to the soundtrack by itself, you'll hear it. That is a little bit of a nod to the TVs that are in the game. If you play the game, you'll notice that there are some TVs that are in the game, and so the static is kind of a nod. Oh boy, again already? The TV static is a nod. The static is a nod to the TV. Oh gosh. So that's what that is. And then also you hear this kind of rhythmic, metallic sound in the background occasionally. And I believe I made that one with Zebra Light 2 or something along those lines. Or I think it's just Zebra Light, I think. It's a free version made by the guys over that make Zebra, which is a very good synthesizer, but it's like a free, smaller version of it, essentially. Hans Zimmer uses Zebra 2 quite a bit, and so I was like, you know what, I'll get the free version of it, because my boy Hans uses it, and he obviously makes incredible music. So I'm pretty sure that's what that metallic-y rhythmic stuff is. I made it using that free plugin. And I think that's pretty much it for... I'll do that. Also do that. But that's pretty much it for the actual instrumentation of this one. Since this one is mostly a drone, there's not a whole lot going on in it. Not as much as the other ones. But this area is still very cool, and it was still pretty cool getting to score to this area, because this area is definitely, I think, oh boy. This area I always found, oh no, I missed. Can't believe I just did that. I always found this area to be the most stressful of all of them, just because I feel like the hallways are a little bit smaller than they are in the school, and so this area just always stressed me out the most out of all the areas in this game. So that will conclude episode 3 of the No Son of Mine Behind the Music series. As I said, I just wanted to do something a little bit different, switch up the style of these videos, do a more gaming kind of styled one, talk about the music while I played a little bit. I hope this was insightful for you guys. This next episode, I'm really looking forward to. I'll really dive into sound design stuff. That will either be a very long episode, or I'll have to two-part that episode, because that is going to be long. I love my sound design, and there's some really cool stuff that I did in this. At least in my opinion, there's some really cool stuff that I did. I hope you guys agree. But I will see you guys in the next episode, and I'm very excited to be talking about the sound design, so I hope you guys are excited for that as well.